If you're somebody who has $1 million to invest, what would be an approach you could use? Now, $1 million, what does that mean? Well, a millionaire could be somebody who has $1 million or $10 million or whatever the number is. But I just want to stick to somebody who, yeah, okay, let's make it a round number, $1 million. How would I consider approaching the that amount of money to trade and get a decent return on capital? It's not going to be about picking the right stock. It's not going to be about guessing direction, buying at the bottom, selling at the top. It's not going to be about any sort of fancy advanced strategies or anything like that. Let me walk you through a general approach that relies on one of the most important and reliable things in option trading, theta. So theta is the number that measures how much of an option's extrinsic value decays with one day's passage. So going from Monday to Tuesday, how much does that option's extrinsic value drop? Okay? And just like you can pretty much count on time passing, you can count on theta. Now theta changes as volatility goes up and down, time passes, the stock moves up and down. I get that part. But what I want to do is show you how I would put together a sample portfolio that takes advantage of theta to generate returns. In other words, it's not about, gee, I'm going to buy these stocks and hold on to them and hopefully get returns that way. This is going to use theta to hopefully beat the market. Let's take a look at some trades. What you're going to see is I'm looking at typically high dollar symbols. Okay, and I'll explain why in a bit, but let's go and take a look at a couple of trades. The first one is SPX options. And yeah, I'm going to go in, and these are the 1 days, so we don't get confused with the 0 DTEs, but I would use these with the 0 DTE and the day of. I'm going to go out and I'm going to sell, I don't know, let's say the 70% probability, I'm going to sell the 74.40 puts, and I'm going to turn to an iron condor by buying, let's say, $25 away the 715 puts. This trade's a short vertical. I'll go in and let's sell a $12 call. Let's sell the 75.05s and buy 25 points away the 730s. Okay. This is an $11 credit. And what's my theta? $453. Yikes. For $1,300 of buying power. Okay, let's just keep that in mind. Let's go to another. Let's take a look at, let me see here. Take a look at Meta. And instead of using 0 DTEs with Meta, I'm going to go out to 39 days. Why 39 days? Well, it's a good balance of overall credit and the actual rate of theta. I'm just going to go and look for a 70% probability of expiring worthless. Sell the 520 put, and then I'll look for, let's say, a $14 call to sell. I'm going to make this as easy as possible for myself. Selling the 620 call, selling the 520 put, generating $70 of theta for $6,900, or about $7,000 of capital. Let's go take a look at Micron, MU. Oops, sorry, wrong symbol, MU. Micron has earnings, pretty high implied volatility, and again is a very expensive stock. I'll go down and look for these 70%. Let me take a look at a few more strikes. This is a big stock, and this is a very easy platform to do this on, very adjustable. So what I'm going to do is 70% here. I'm going to sell the 935 puts, and they're about $52, let's say. I'm going to sell a $52 call, out of the money call, making this really, really simple. Nothing advanced, nothing that's too confusing. Generating $320 of theta for about $12,000 of capital requirement. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm generating a lot of positive theta. I'm not guessing direction. The delta on this trade is minus 5.72, less than 6 shares of delta. Let's take a look at a future. Let's go into crude oil. Crude oil is a big product, has $1,000 a point. Let's go in and sell. Let's do the same thing. These 68 half puts and scroll up, and I'll do. Let's sell these calls right here. Sell these calls, generating $130 of theta for 24 days, over 24 days, for about $9,500 of capital. Okay, what's the thought process here? I'm not looking at any analysis. I'm not doing any chart analysis. I'm not just saying, oh, what's going to happen with Micron? What's going to happen with Meta? What's going to happen with crude oil? What are the numbers? I'm not looking at any of that. All I am basing these trades on, short premium trades, selling out of the money calls, out of the money puts, short strangles. In the case of the SPX, doing an iron condor, which is just selling a strangle and buying wings further out to reduce the capital and the risk. But what I'm doing is just saying, I want to collect theta. And I'll do that by selling out of the money calls, out of the money puts. Look at this crude oil trade, has 0.01 deltas. These are not directional trades. I'm not saying you can't do that, but that's not what this is about. Now, if my goal is to generate decent returns on $1 million account, how much theta would I need? Well, let's think about it for a second. If I can generate $1,500 a day in theta, just make a round number, and there are 250 trading days in a year. Let's round it down to 250. That's about $375,000 a year of positive theta generated. But let's pause for a second and say, well, hang on. You're not going to keep all that all the time. Why? Well, they're going to be losing trades. You're going to have bad days, bad weeks, bad quarters. Okay? You're not going to keep all that money. Let's say you give back 60% of it. Let's say instead of making 375, you actually make only on these short strangle strategies, you only make about $225,000. Okay? And what you see here is a grid I put together of 8 symbols. What's going on with this? So the grid is basically 8 symbols: SPX, short iron condor; Meta, short strangle; Micron, short strangle; LLY, short strangle, 39 days; crude oil, short strangle. And what I did was, with the exception of SPX, I just basically did 1 or 2 contracts that would basically make the buying power requirement or the capital requirement to do these trades even. So they're all about $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, except for the SPX. Because if you did a short strangle in the SPX, it'd be like $170,000, $80,000. They're pretty expensive. So let's just keep that as a defined risk trade that generates a lot of theta, and these other individual stocks in the crude oil futures as short naked strangles that have about $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 of capital requirement for each one. Together, and I just loaded these up and looked at their theta numbers, they generate about $1,600 of theta a day, a little bit more than our $1,500 target. And composite, they use up about $86,000, $87,000 of capital requirement to put on. What does that mean? So going back and saying, if I do this, if I maintain about $1,500 of theta every day, and this is not talking about how to manage these trades, that's a different issue. Whether you adjust them, you roll them, you close them for 50% profit, how you manage them is another question. I'm just assuming we're going to put that off and just talk about generating that theta per day and the numbers you can generate. If I do that, $1,500 a day, you could do it with 8 symbols. 1 contract, 2 contracts, depending. And why am I doing these big price stocks? Because the higher the price of the stock, just the bigger the number okay, the more valuable its options are. It's a linear relationship, all other things being equal. If a stock price is more expensive, it's going to have higher priced options. It's just the way it works. And because they're higher priced, there's more extrinsic value to decay. They have not a higher percent of theta, but a higher dollar value of theta. So I'm looking at higher price stocks, higher price symbols, big symbols like crude oil, $1,000 a point, that have relatively high volatility, sawing strangles, and then in those, and with 8 symbols, I'm generating $1,500, $1,600 in this case, a positive theta. Now, you don't have to take this risk. You can trade smaller things. You can trade, smaller price stocks, that have, like $50 stocks, $100 stocks, great. But you'll have to do more of them. In other words, you might have to do 20 or 50 or 100 symbols of smaller trades to get to that 1,500 number. That's okay. That's your choice as a trader. But the point is that generating money from theta, it removes the requirement to be right about the direction of a stock, right about the market. Now, maybe you want to do that as a trader. That's your choice. Maybe you want to say, well, I think this stock is undervalued, I'm going to buy it. I think this stock is overvalued, I'm going to short it. Okay, that's a different strategy. And what this short premium approach, that is my strategy. That is a strategy, one strategy of several that a trader might use. But I just want you to think about generating returns. And you can get pretty good returns just selling premium. So like I said, if you generate $1,500 a day, if that's the target, however you do it, whether it's with 8 big stocks or 50 smaller price stocks, that you don't have to risk all of your capital. If you have $1 million and your capital requirement is about $86,000, it is not the maximum risk of the position, but it is an estimate of how much risk you might have over the next day or so. Let's think of it that way. It's not exactly that, but it's a decent metric. So you're taking about, let's say, $90,000 worth of risk on these positions, okay? And you're generating $1,500 a day. You have, even if you have a really bad month, you still have most of your capital left to continue trading this. That's the idea. So if you have a big enough account, let's say $1 million account, I mean, what are you getting with just buying stocks, for example, buying an index fund? Stocks go up what? 9, 10, 11, 12% a year, maybe, I guess, on most years on average. Sometimes they're higher, sometimes they're lower, sometimes they're negative. But if you can generate this money day after day, week after week, month after month, using high probability strategies to collect theta, over time, hopefully that is going to pay off. Yes, like I said, you will have losers. You will not keep every dollar of that theta. But even if you do, even if you gave up, just for example, even if you give up 40% of the capital, of the theta, because the stocks move a lot, you lose on this strangle, you lose in that iron condor or whatever, 60% of that $1,500 is still over $200,000. And against $1 million would give you about a 20% return on your investments, on your total capital. That's pretty impressive. I think that's better than most index funds do. I know it's better than CDs and money market funds. The question is, do you want to take the risk? Yes, there is more risk in this. You will never get higher returns without taking more risk. Yes, this is risky, but you're not risking everything. And you have probabilities on your side. Those probabilities don't always work out, but over time, the goal is that they will. Now, this isn't for everybody. You have to be on top of this. You have to be an engaged trader. Doesn't mean you're going to be trading every day, but you're going to be looking at this every day. Is my theta at my target level? If it isn't, Do I have to adjust an existing position? Do I have to roll it? Do I have to find a new symbol to trade? What do you think I do every day as a trader, all day long? Look for new trades, another trade to get my theta to the number I'm looking for. That's the work. And again, maybe you don't want to do that. But if you're willing to give it a try and use these types of strategies, just even maybe you don't have $1 million, you can still try this with $500,000, with $200,000. You'll be risking more of your capital, but you can still give it a try. Or if you have a lot more money, you just do more symbols. But if you're willing to give this a try, the returns on your overall account can be much higher than just sitting and keeping your fingers crossed and hoping that the market goes higher. So, none of this is a trade recommendation. If you do decide to trade these things, please use a smart strategy to do it and never take any more risk than you are comfortable with.